Okay. Well, that being said, we're recording again. Good morning, Ken. How you doing?
Good morning, Fenton. I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm amazing. My refrigerator is making noise.
Is it running?
Right out the door. We are dads. Therefore, you get dad jokes. Let's get into this nonsense. Welcome to Products of Circumstance, the podcast with two fathers, two dads, Ken Skeen and myself, Fenton Joseph. We discuss mental health and mindset matters through the lens of Black men. The show is unscripted, unfiltered, and mostly unedited. We choose our topics randomly sometimes, because when we have a guest, we don't. But today, there's no guest. It's just the two of us. So, before...
Just the two of us. Before can make it if we try.
Before Ken tells us what we're going to talk about, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share with somebody on their personal development journey. And if you'd like to tell us what we're talking about in song form, Ken, that's totally fine with me.
I'm like Luther in the shower, man. But no. All right. So topic of the day. All right, accepting that the past is over. So what I mean by that is stop living in your past, live in your present. You know, people always want to change the past or change. Listen, you can't change the past. What happened happened, and you're just going to stress yourself out about it. Live in your present moment. And people will say easier said than done. Yes, I am a human being. There are times I'm not in my present moment. I'm stressed about the future, about something that hasn't even happened yet, or I'm depressed about the past, that something already did happen and it is what it is, and you're going through your emotions. Meanwhile, you should be happy that you're still in the present, right? What did they say? My presence is a present. Yeah. Well, yeah, when you are still alive and breathing, that's a present that you have. That's a gift that you have.
That's why I show up empty-handed to weddings.
Your presence is a present.
Yeah. I'm here.
I'm here. Where's the cake?
Last wedding I went to, I didn't get any cake.
Are you serious?
No, there was no cake. I don't think there was any cake. I got a present, though. I got this Apple Watch.
Well, it looks like a wristband.
Oh, yeah. It's not on.
No, I couldn't see with your wrist thing.
Oh, yeah. No, this is why.
Looks like it's all part of it. Oh, okay. They gave you, okay. Yes, you were a part of the wedding party, right?
I was the best man.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this. The gift was nice. The card was even better. The card brought tears to my eyes.
That's awesome.
It did. And I said to him, I appreciate the gift. So the card means everything. Because the gift is going to, one day it's going to stop working. I'll get a new one, whatever. I'm going to keep that card for the rest of my life. And, to your whole, point about like, the past and everything, our relationship, how do I say this? The relationship that I have with that person, who's I was the best man in his wedding, like, I think he did a really good job of letting go of the past.
Okay.
He'd been looking for somebody, to be married to. He always wanted to get married, and he finally found somebody. And it's like, when I spoke to him, I knew that he was just in the moment. He was here, he was present. Like, there's all the heartbreak and everything else that he'd had in his life. It didn't matter. He was here, he was happy, he found his person. And he just had like a joy that I really hadn't seen in a very long time. And I was like, it's so cool that you could, we're a little older, saying like we're both 42. I'm like, it's great that you could go through all that stuff in your life and disappointment and heartache. And, he didn't have the person that he wanted in his life. But now he's here and none of that stuff matters.
Right.
It doesn't matter anymore. All the relationships, it doesn't matter. And it's like, same thing for like us, right? It's like, it doesn't matter. We've had relationships before we got married. Like, none of that stuff matters. That's the past.
Right.
And since we're talking about relationships, somebody may need to hear this. The past is the past. Like, you need to let some stuff go. If it's stop talking to people that were in your past relationships or whatever, hurt from the past, expectations from the past, like,
that's a big one. I'm not going to cut you off too. Expectations from the past that people hold on to is bananas. The amount of energy that you put towards past expectations is like it'll eat you alive. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut. Like,
no, it's fine. Like you could have an amazing relationship with somebody, and they do this and they do that, and like whatever it could be. They cook. I don't know. Let's say cooking, because I know somebody who got divorced in part because their spouse didn't cook. Right. I'm like, I maybe should have known that they didn't cook before, but whatever. That's water under a bridge. But you come into the next relationship and you're like, well, my old, spouse cooked and you don't cook. It's like, well, I'm not them. I'm somebody different. And that's just a silly example, but it really can apply to anything. Mm-hmm. You come into a relationship expecting this, expecting that. And it's like, whoa, you're placing expectations on somebody. Like, that's not what they do. Now, if they happen to be that type of person, great. Mm-hmm. Your expectations will be met. And if you're smart, you will find somebody, choose to settle down with somebody who does meet your expectations. I think one of the worst things that people do is to choose to settle down with somebody, say, you're my person, I'm gonna be with you, knowing that they don't do what you want them to do, that they're not the person that you want them to be. That is the dumbest thing on the planet. So let go of the past. Forget about what everybody else was doing and anybody else was doing. Forget about what you were doing. Mm-hmm. Who are you now? What do you need now? What do you expect now? And let that be your compass. My wife and I talk about it all the time. Like, we're different people than when we met.
Yeah, absolutely. We grow on a daily basis.
We're the same in a lot of ways, but we different. We were majorly different. Thank God. Because I wouldn't want to be that same person that she first met on our first date, And so we don't even really think about each other the same way as when we first met. It was just 15 years ago, whatever it is. Like, we look at each other now and we're like, who are you today? How do I need to talk to you today? Because I can't talk to her the same way that I did when we first met. She's not the same person. Mm-hmm. Let go of the past. This would go a lot of different directions, so I'm gonna let you pick it up.
No, it's all right. That's the relationship part. Let going up. I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure. Anyone who's been listening for a while now know that Fenton and I have gone through many different career or just jobs in general because of being laid off, let go, leaving, whatever it may be. Capitalism. And not holding on to any kind of belief that you're not good enough, let's say, for a job, a career, a company, whatever it may be, that some people will feel that way, especially if you're laid off and it's like your first time you're being laid off or let go from somewhere. It can hurt. Like, you feel like, what did I do wrong? Well, did I make mistakes? And you can take that with you. You'll take that baggage with you to the next place and maybe not perform like you should, or, become an entrepreneur and maybe feel like, oh, am I even good enough to do this? Because you're holding on to past events. So when you talk about it in like career, people will hold on to something that happened at a different job in general and take that baggage with them to the new place and just already have the wall up because the past is affecting their present right now. Mm-hmm. So since I just engaged into this, or, people were talking about me behind my back, or my boss, was very mean, you're going to take that with you to the next place. And you have these innuendos that the same thing's going to happen again. Meanwhile, you might have just stepped on a gold mine of, actually, this one is, everyone treats each other like family, and you have some extra time to spend with your family, and there's extra days off. But you're holding on to the past of everything is just going to turn left, and it's a dumpster fire.
Oh, I had to turn on my air conditioner. Sorry, it's blazing in here, but it makes a lot of noise.
Nah.
Expectations, yet again. You come into the job, well, my last boss was like this, or my last coworker was like this, and they threw me under the bus, and this one stabbed me in the back. And so, I know I got to guard myself, and I'm going to protect myself, and I don't trust you, and da-da-da-da-da. I said to one time, I was like, who hurt you?
Wow.
Like, why are you like this? Because I didn't do anything to you. So who hurt you? That you, come into this new environment, this new context with the stuff that you experienced before. You know, if you don't let go of the past, you, like you said, you're going to bring all that baggage with you. And it's unfair to the people that are new in your life, that are, you know, new in the context of where you are now. It's not fair to them. They didn't do anything to you. Mm-hmm. That's why I say hurt people hurt people. You know, it's like you running around injured and you beating everybody else, you know, trying to stab everybody else, you know, in the name of protecting yourself. It's like you probably need to heal from something. And I'll just say this last thing. One of the best things I ever did was to learn how to detach from what has just happened and move on with a brighter disposition. And there's been lots of things. There's been things that I've been embarrassed about. If I've made mistakes in work, in personal life, excuse me. I remember I had a client and, you know, something went a little left as sometimes do in work. And I just remember being like, okay, you know what? That was today. That's what happened today. Matter of fact, that was 10 minutes ago. And the rest of my day has absolutely nothing to do with that thing that just happened. And so I'm fine and I'm going to act like I'm fine. And it's a superpower if you can have something happen and let it be the blip in time that it is or was, and then just keep on moving. And some people will say, oh, you're apathetic. It's like you don't even care. It's like, do you not care that this thing happened? Like, you don't care about the impact that maybe your actions had or your words had or whatever the case is. Like, you can do something wrong or make a mistake or even hurt somebody and still not let it negatively impact the rest of your day. You should be remorseful about things when you do wrong, but it doesn't mean that you have to walk around, you know, with a sullen look, your head is down and you're just like, you know, life sucks. I've unintentionally hurt people in my life. Mm-hmm. That was in the past. That's not today. So why am I still walking around I regret I did this, I did that. It's like, if you asked me about how something went left, I will tell you this is the role that I played in it. Mm-hmm. I can be accountable and say, yeah, I messed up. Absolutely. No, I made a mistake. I messed up. But that's not going to change how I move in my life to the point where I'm like, I'm just walking around with regret. And, you know, I'm like walking on eggshells. I'm over that. I used to be on that stuff. And that's why I'm saying this out loud. I used to be on that. And it forced me into a bottle. Like, you have to just let it stay behind you. It happened. It was a speed bump in life. In the greater context of your life, there's so much more life to live. There's so much more joy to have. Go after that, embrace that, and leave the stuff in the past.
Yeah. People, again, you're going to have to train yourself to do this. Because we all hold on, right? We hold on to past events, whether someone hurts you, you hurt someone, like you were just saying. And if you've been forgiven or you forgive, you should be able to move on. Even when it comes to, let's say we talk about family, right? You have family members you don't talk to right now. You have friends that you grew up with you may not talk to. If something happened in the past, forgive them to yourself. You know what? I forgive you. Don't even worry about it. I forgive you. But then you're allowed to move on. You don't have to keep that person in your life. If the same thing keeps happening over and over, where you keep getting hurt from someone in your life that you considered like dear and near, you don't have to hold on to that person. You can set boundaries and say, listen, this is happening over and over, just a repetitive, we're good, then the hurt comes. We're good, then the hurt. Move on. Move on. But do you know how they say the best thing you do is forgive? Because it releases the stress off of you, because they might not have any stress at all that you're not around. So relieve the stress, forgive and forget, and move on. Because you're not promised tomorrow. I say this a lot with people. When someone asks me, like, how's your day? There's a 50% chance I'm going to tell you I'm doing amazing because I woke up this morning. And I get the different look. Sometimes someone really understands what I mean when I say that. I'm happy I woke up this morning. I got a chance to, press play and do this all over again. Some people look at me like, well, what do you mean by that? And then I have to further explain, listen, no one's ever promised. So for the fact that you got to open your eyes and get out your bed today, or just open your eyes in general. I'm not saying that everyone who wakes up today is going to have the most amazing day. But for the fact that you're able to press play and say, let me try this again, you should be praising that. And that right there in itself should help you say, yesterday was yesterday. Let's do this all. Let's do it again and try to be a better person, or try to reach, get closer to my goal, or try to be a better, employee, a better spouse, a better parent, a better friend. You have that chance now, but you've got to let go of the notion that you have to bring what happened yesterday or a week ago or a year ago to who you are as a person now. Especially if you're making that effort to grow on a daily basis, yearly basis, whatever it may be. As long as you're growing and moving forward, and they say jump a little higher. How much higher can you jump? Just give me one more inch. Well, yeah, you should be doing that every day then. Like, why wouldn't you want to progress? And again, if we're triggering people out there, like, then look inside for a sec. If that triggers you to say, forget the past, who are you to tell me forget? Look inside for a sec. So someone or something hurt you, and it's tough to let it go. It's not easy. It's tough. I'm talking on my own experience. Certain things are tough to let go. There are things I haven't let go of yet, and they're in my past. So I'm talking as me from experience. I'm not sitting on a pedestal saying you should do it because I already know I've mastered this. No, I'm still doing it too. I'm still practicing also. But you got to let go if you're gonna grow, especially if you're gonna grow as a person, you're gonna have to let go of a lot of these things that happened in your past that, you there's no control of it. It already happened. What do they say? Like, if you have $1, we talked about this. If you have $10 in your pocket and you lose $1, you still got $9. Still got $9. So if you had a bad moment in your day, right? You had a bad 15 minutes in your day. You still got plenty of hours to go.
Some people just don't want to hear that, and it's one of those things that, like you said, practice makes better. I think I'd never heard that before, actually. We all heard practice makes perfect, but you had said on here, practice makes better. And it's like, you just have to keep on doing this stuff until you get better at it. But you're not going to get better at it if you don't keep doing it. So, people get stuck in, well, there's this thing that, like, in my past that I really have trouble letting go of, and they don't even try.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's too big, or I have tried and it was too hard, so I'm going to stop trying. It's like anything else, man. You go to the gym, maybe you get hurt, you're out for a month, you stop going. Do you just stop going altogether, or do you say, okay, I was out for a month, now I'm going to go back, and yeah, I'm starting from down here. I was here, but now I'm here, and I got to work my way back up. And that's just the way life goes. We're having another kid, and my kid's about to be in kindergarten. Oh, this is great. She's going to be gone all day long. It's amazing. I'm going to get my life back. And now we're having another kid. It's like, all right, I'm going back here and be back home with a baby again, another 5 years. You know what? What am I going to do? Not have the baby? You gotta keep going. And that's how life is. And I challenge anyone to come up with a scenario where when you just decide to stop trying, that you're better off than if you get back to doing the work. Leave it in the comments.
That's a good wrap up there. I like that.
I got ahead of you. I was waiting for you to say, and that's a good wrap up. Leave it in the comments if you can think of anything. I don't think we'll get a lot of comments on this one. So,
no, people don't want to hear this. People don't want to hear this.
All right, let's get this bad boy out. Please like, subscribe, and share with somebody on their personal development journey. And we'll catch you.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great day, man. Love you, brother.
Love you too, man.